The Least of Us. Episode 4. The Bridge of Bad Decisions. The wind howled as Jaxon and Ellie stood before a rickety wooden bridge hanging over a raging river. The planks were weak, gaps wide enough to spell disaster. We need to be careful, Jaxon thought. One wrong step and creak. Ellie had jumped onto the weakest plank. It instantly cracked beneath her feet. Before she could react, it snapped. Jaxon barely lunged forward, grabbing her wrist as she dangled over the roaring rapids. "Okay," she muttered, swinging her legs, slight miscalculation. Jaxon groaned, pulling her up as she casually peered down at the fish below. "Ellie, focus." She dusted herself off. "Oh, fish." They continued, moving more cautiously this time. Ellie suddenly stopped, frowning. "Wait, why don't we just walk along the river instead of risking death?" Jaxon clenched his fists. "I refuse to answer that." Before he could say more, figures appeared at the end of the bridge. A group of raiders, guns raised. "Drop your weapons," their leader sneered. Jaxon tightened his grip on his rifle. He glanced at Ellie, who was grinning like she had a plan. "Do we comply?" she whispered. Jaxon sighed. "We have no choice." Ellie smirked. "Cool. I choose violence." She hurled a brick. It slammed into the raider leader's forehead. He collapsed instantly. Silence. Did she just... A raider started. Gunfire erupted. Jaxon dove behind cover. "Ellie?" She sprinted directly into the open, dodging bullets. "Ellie, get down!" "Nah," she grinned. "Plot armor." She scooped up another brick and threw it. Another raider dropped. Jaxon stared. "This is unnatural." The raiders, realizing they were losing to a teenage girl with bricks, turned and ran. Ellie stood triumphantly on the bridge. "And that's how you win a fight!" Jaxon exhaled. She threw bricks. His disbelief was short-lived. A lone raider crept up behind Ellie, grabbing her. "Not so tough now, huh?" Ellie smirked. "Oh, buddy," she muttered. "You picked the wrong hostage." She headbutted him. He collapsed. Jaxon shook his head. "Why does that keep working?" Ellie looted the unconscious man's pockets. Jaxon sighed. "Have some dignity." "No thanks." They finally crossed the bridge. Ellie pulled a single bullet from her pocket. "Worth it." Jaxon checked their inventory. 3 bullets, 1 bandage, and 15 bricks. His eye twitched. "Ellie," she grinned. "Why are we carrying 15 bricks?" She patted them. "You never know." Jaxon rubbed his temples. "I need therapy." They spotted an abandoned diner. "We go in, grab supplies, get out," Jaxon said. "No distractions." Ellie nodded, then froze. "Oh my God, pie," Jaxon tensed. "Ellie, no." She sprinted. Her fingers grazed the untouched pie. A tripwire snapped. Boom! Jaxon was thrown backward. The diner exploded. Smoke filled the air. Ellie, covered in soot, stared at the destroyed pie. "So, no pie?" Jaxon buried his face in his hands. Ellie reached into the rubble. She pulled out another brick. "Hey, at least I got a brick?" Jaxon sighed. This was his life now.